Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mark Phillips, and in this video I want to share a reminder that we all need to be doing all the time, especially right now in the midst of the craziness that's going on, and that is to, no matter what, above all else, above anyone all else, listen to our own bodies, right? For what our own bodies are conveying to us, and the inner wisdom that is inside of us, telling us to do certain things or not do certain things, or eat certain foods, avoid certain foods, listen to certain things, avoid listening to certain things. You get the idea. I mean, I don't want to go down the whole list, but you understand the idea. It's no one knows what's best for you more than you. And I think what's happening right now, and I guess this has always kind of been happening the last 40, 50 years, is that we're starting to give a lot of our decision-making processes to people of, quote, authority, right? Now, I'm not discrediting anyone who is in a position of authority, who has experience and expertise and knowledge, in a certain area, right? Whether that's financial or medical or psychological or health and wellness, right? I'm not discrediting that. That's valuable. And I definitely would recommend we all take that information, what they have to say, into account. But what I am saying, and what I've always preached, is that whatever you take in, you gotta put it into your body and say, is this right for me? Right? Is this right for me? Because look at it this way. Everyone, they may have well intentions, they may have good intentions, but everyone is different. And everyone's walking a different path. And so what works really well for one person may not work for another person. And this is coming up because I'm just seeing a lot of the craziness. I'm going to try to center me up here. A lot of the craziness that's happening in the world. And I think a lot of it is because we've subjected, is that the right word? We've abjected our authority. We've given away a lot of our decision making to people outside of ourselves. And that's not the way that it's supposed to be, because we are our own best knowledge source, right? Again, certainly not discrediting. I've had many encounters with people that are smart in certain areas, but as I get more advanced in age, I like to say older, not wiser, or wiser, not older. As I get on in life and I become more in tune with myself, and I become more aligned with who I am, and I trust myself more, and I do this inner work, and I do this practices that bring me into alignment with myself, and honoring myself, and trusting and forgiving, and all those things, and especially, let's not forget, loving myself. As I do that work, I start to realize that these people are advisors to me, and they are counselors to me. They don't make the final decision. I'm the CEO of my body and my health and my life, and I make the final decision. And as I do this work more and more, that decision is a visceral feeling. It's a body thing, right? My body and mind make the decision in cooperation with each other, mainly my body. And I want to say this. I want to go off on a caveat here, but before I do, I just want to wrap up my idea that I started here is, you listen to your body. You know best. Do things or don't do things in accordance with how you feel, what your body wisdom is guiding you to do, what your intuition is guiding you to do, now more than ever. Now more than ever. Something's going on in the world. We all feel it, right? We all see it. I shouldn't say we all see it. I see it. I feel it. Now more than ever, be true to yourself. So now that I've wrapped up that thought, I want to go on to this secondary tangent, if I can remember it. Here it is. It just came to me. So here it is, or back to me. If I can drop down into my body and tune into my body wisdom and intuition, anybody can. Anybody can. Because look at this. Historically, I've been a very cerebral person. Well, it might not be the right word. Thinker, in my head, overanalyzing, trepidatious, if that's a word, to make steps, right? It took me 4 or 5 years to even make my first video, even though I watched people making videos and watched people having a YouTube channel, and I thought it looked super awesome. And I wanted to do it, but I I was planning and I was studying and I was preparing and not, as I was doing the external work, I was also doing the internal work. Oh, I'm in doubt, I'm in fear, I'm anxious about it, I'm worried about it. So I was working on all of those things and slowly chipping away at that big wall that kept me from doing the thing that I wanted to do, right? I wanted to get into this content creation game because it is fun. It looked fun back then. And I'm talking, let's see, I uploaded my first video in 2013 and I just recently crossed 1,000 subscribers. So that's almost 8 years, right? 2013 to 2021, almost 8 years. And but I started my YouTube, I got on YouTube in 2011. So from 2011 to 2013, and probably prior to that, I was watching videos, early videos from Project Life Mastery, a little bit of Clark Kegley, Amy Schmidtauer, who's now Amy Landino. I was watching these creators make these fun videos, sharing knowledge and wisdom and experience. They certainly helped me. And I thought, you know what? That seems awesome. I want to do that. Backstory, then I'll wrap up this thought here. But the thought is, before I forget it, if I can drop into my body and tune into my intuition and my body wisdom, anybody can. Because I'm probably, if there's a continuum, everything in life is a continuum. On the continuum of people who are really in tune with their body and people who are really in the head, right? Really intellectual, not in tune with their body at all. I'm near the top of that, right? That's just how I feel about myself. I'm self-assessing. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. So let me see if I can pick up this other thought that I was going to say. Something about video and YouTube. I might have lost it. If I lost it, it's not important. It'll come up again. But that's what I want to share with you in this video. Please listen to yourself. Please nudge people you love, family members and friends, to listen to themselves. And I say that with a little grain of salt because I do believe we're all walking our own path and trying to influence another sentient, autonomous being who has their own journey to go on in life can be not the best course of action. So take that for what it is, right? Nudge if you feel you need to nudge, but don't if you don't. Because again, remember that their soul is guiding them. And I get this a lot from Sam Tarot's book, The 7 Spiritual Principles of Ralph Waldo Emerson. I reviewed that in the Big Idea series. I'll put a link down below. But, Emerson talked about this, letting your soul guide you, and was really deep into that type of ideology. And so maybe you just let people live their own lives, right? That's one of the reasons why I'm so perplexed and why it's a huge red flag whenever anyone, group, person, whatever, is super adamant that I do something. Immediately, it should be a red flag for you. Immediately. Because if they're living by the spiritual principle, which I believe this is a foundational spiritual principle, that all of us have an inner guide and an inner wisdom and a co-creative aspect to ourselves that is looking out for us. That's looking out for us. If we allow it, that aspect to look out for us, if we're connected, right? This is where that work comes in, of getting in tune with yourself. If you're allowing that, because again, back to this continuum idea, I know that there are areas of my life that I am disallowing to a degree, right? I fall, as well as I think all of us fall, in this continuum of super, okay, let's say it like this: super closed and resistant to new ideas or ways of being, ways of doing, ways of thinking, new beliefs, new paradigms for the world. Super closed. Let me get into the frame here. Super closed over here and super open over here. We'll do a small continuum. Super open over here. Completely open. I think all of us fall somewhere on this continuum. And I know in certain areas of my life, and this is where I'm working on every day. And I get little blessings, I call them, from my higher self, from other people, from friends and family members, and we're all helping one another move down this road. Every day, I want to be more and more open. I want to let go of more and more resistance to new ideas, new ways of being, doing, thinking, all of those things, because that's where we're guided to go to see a person. The right person crosses our path. And it could be even as simple as in the grocery store, if you're open, right? And your energy is very clean and open, and you may meet someone and just have a fun, interesting encounter. You'll talk to them. You've had this happen to you, right? When you're feeling really good. When you're feeling good and feeling open, you're going to be meeting people that are like-minded, and they'll share something with you, and you may share something with them, and it may be just a one-way share that they needed to hear something or you needed to hear something. That's what happens when we're open. When we're closed, we're closed off to new ideas. You've seen these people when their head is down and they don't want to meet people. And again, that's fine. That's where they need to be at that point in time. But again, back to this continuum, to be open to new ideas and new ways of thinking and new understanding to get in. Because let's look at it this way. The ideas are floating around us all the time. People in our lives have got messages for us. They're just waiting for us to be open to that message. Maybe, right? Maybe they're waiting for that. And that's an energetic thing, right? And so I've talked about this in many videos. The intention that I set for myself, and I think that's one of the reasons why I find these healing modalities and these things like meditation and journaling and family and friends that give me insights, right? Because Lord knows, like I say, I've got blocks in certain areas that I'm dismantling them as I go through life, as quickly as I can, and using these tools and these really therapy, for lack of a better word, to dismantle these blind spots, so to speak. I love that term, blind spots. My friend Tiffany Falvey, who's an incredible life coach, I'll put her information down below. I learned so much from her, right? I'm so blessed to have her in my life. And I learned so much. I learned much from all of my friends. All of my friends are freaking salt of the earth. I shouldn't single anyone out because I'm a blessed person that has incredible, amazing people in my life. I get kind of I get emotional thinking about it, but I just feel so blessed about this. So yeah, listen to yourself, please, now more than ever, listen to yourself, tune into your body, turn off the news, turn off the media, turn off the noise that's coming in. I've been driving around with the radio off in the car, just enjoying my own presence, right? Just being, right? That stuff, please turn that stuff off. Please put good things in your brain, in your head, in your heart, right? I know it's hard. I find myself having emotional outbursts at what's happening now in the world, and just getting angry about it, and then it passes. And so, but it's a challenging time. But I'll tell you one thing. We are up to the challenge. We are up to the challenge, right? We're strong enough. We're tough enough. We're prepared. It may take a little tuning in. Like I said, I think the real work is tuning in and becoming one with who we really are. That's going to be our greatest power center and our greatest source of strength throughout the future and right now what's happening. And I want to leave you with this. Evil will never win. Evil will never win, and here's why. No matter how much a group or a person or an organization tries to repress or silence or censor knowledge and information being shared and experiences being shared, right? If you're censoring an experience, a person's sharing their experience, and if that doesn't align with the broader narrative that certain groups or individuals or organizations don't want, they'll censor that person. You can never suppress the expansion of life and the evolution of life. You've seen it in your garden. Try to keep the weeds down. What happens? For a little while, you can keep them down, but then what happens? They come back more than ever. That's what's going to happen here, right? Just like happened in the Dark Ages and the Renaissance, right? In the Renaissance, there was a flourishing of human creativity. People created things and invented things, and we moved forward in science. We move forward in every area of the human experience. If this is why it's so crazy, and if I never really worry about, a group or person or whatever trying to silence or censor individuals or the sharing, right? The sharing of ideas and thoughts and experiences. I never worry about that because, hey, go for it. Do it even more, because I know that that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And when you the more you silence, right, the more you're building up that potential energy, right? Building up that energy. And over time, it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and more. It's going to get better. And when the cork does finally pop, can you imagine the ideas and the energy, because it's like stored up energy, right? It's like a bomb. It's like an abundance bomb, or a prosperity bomb, or a wellness bomb. If you stifle it and shove it down and try to shut it up, it's only going to make it more. It's only going to make it stronger. So when that bomb goes off, it's going to like blow everything blow everything away in a positive way, right? This is a spiritual bomb. This is a bomb that's made up of love and light and compassion and oneness and prosperity and abundance. And when that bomb goes off, boom, it's going to get all of us. It's going to get all of us. And so I never worry about that. And that is why any group or organization that ever tries to suppress or censor or silence, let them try. But can you imagine the audacity? And I think it's fine, because again, that's needed. That's needed in order to blow us into the next, whatever, the next dimension, or the next plane, or the next state of being, whatever. It's necessary. See, we're all working in this together. The quote unquote evil people and the quote unquote good people are all working in this together. And so we're all going the same place. We're all going to higher levels of consciousness. We're all going to better experiences. We're all moving up the ladder, so to speak. And so, love and bless everyone, because we're all helping to create this experience. So I hope that finds you well. And I hope that my little reminder here, this is the thing that I'm constantly reminding myself. And again, over the last couple of months, and it's getting more intense, tuning into what I really believe, expressing more of myself, being more confident and comfortable. Again, doing these practices, do some journaling, do some self-introspection, be in silence, go into nature. That's one of the things on my list. I do not go into nature enough, and I'll be doing that more and more in the near future. Even videos in nature. I love watching people like John Rose and, of course, Jake Ducey out in nature, sharing their wisdom and knowledge. It's so awesome. Because nature heals us, right? And this is from my being in my head and being a creator sitting at my desk. I do tend to do that more often than going out. I shouldn't say that. I go for walks along the Greenbelt, and I get into nature to a pretty good degree, but I want to do that more, right? But the way I am is I just, I'm a creator, artistic type person. I love that stuff, either sitting at the computer or sitting at a desk. And I know I need to find that balance, right? And I'm finding that more and more as I go on my journey. So I hope this video finds you well. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, letting me know what some ideas or insights that are coming through to you that you've learned that have maybe helped you in these crazy, turbulent times right now. And quite frankly, I think life is always crazy, turbulent times. I don't think this is anything new. This is just different experiences, different challenges, different things going on. So again, thanks for watching. Until next time, I wish you all the best health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.